What's going on, YouTube? How you doing today? I want to make a video talking about some of the ways that trucking companies will screw over drivers. Okay? It's generally in the form of money or home time. Or, third one, I'll do three. Money, home time, and then running illegally. Money will be the first one, and one of the ways is whenever you're sitting at a shipper or receiver, sometimes you have to wait, a few hours or whatever. One time I had to wait. It can be a long time. I've had to wait over 24 hours at one time. And at that time, I was still a new driver. Hang on one second. I was still a new driver. I worked for Swift. I was there for 24 hours. And the company will only pay you, in some cases, sometimes they don't pay you at all. But in my case, they would pay me after 2 hours. But I thought that was automatic, so I didn't know I had to do something in order to make that happen. So I didn't get paid at all, and then I called them, and basically they said, "Oh well, you should have done this." So you should stop, bro. They want you to get. They'll do what they can to not pay you in that scenario. Like, what's another one? You don't get paid. At a lot of the companies, you don't get paid to fuel. You don't get paid to drop and hook. It's strictly mileage at some places. So they're getting you to do a lot of work for free. And when you don't want to do work for free, it causes you to do it really fast, right? You're like, oh crap, the faster I do this, the less time I'm giving, which that's not always the safest way, right? Another way would be, another way they'll mess with your money is, let's say you delivered a load and you still got 5 hours of drive time, 7 hours of on-duty time. You're sitting there, not tired yet, because you've only been on the clock about 5-6 hours. All right, go ahead and shut it down when you got a load to pick up in 10 hours from now. You know what I mean? So your 10-hour break starts early, and you don't have, now you got to try to fall asleep. You gotta try to fall asleep right now. That way, you're not tired whenever it's time to do the run or whatever. And then that's 7 hours of that day you lost. You know what I mean? Some other ways. It's all over. I mean, they're always trying to, Some companies are so bad that they'll charge you to use the freaking truck and stuff like that. I've heard about those companies. Another one's home time. Everybody knows home time. They could easily get you home on the weekend. I mean, unless, obviously you're on like a cross-country run and you're a solo driver. I mean, it would be hard to do. But for the most part, they can get you home every weekend. Like, let's say, like, for instance, if you live in St. Louis and you go out to Salt Lake City. I don't know. My freaking computer's down right now. For some reason it's not picking up the internet, but I'm not exactly sure how long. Alexa, how far is it from St. Louis to Salt Lake City?
From St. Louis, Salt Lake City, 1,375 to 2 miles.
All right, so 1,400 miles. You go out there. They could easily get you a load coming back to St. Louis, and you'd be home. But they would rather, get the one that goes down to Texas. Oh, you'll do your 34-hour reset down in Dallas, all right? And then after your 34 hours, you don't want to go home because you gotta make some money. So they could easily get you home early, or at least on the week. More than they do, but they don't. And what was the third thing? I forgot what the third thing was. I said it in the beginning of the video, I think. Crap. See, I usually, I'll usually go off of the computer, but my computer won't pick up the internet for some reason. They'll, the home time, is just like freaking is annoying. The money's annoying. So what I would do is I would get a company. That's what certain companies are really good about, like the LTL companies in particular. In my experience, there may be some other ones that aren't. That are, but in my experience, the LTL companies pretty much pay you for your time. If you're stuck in traffic, you get paid. If you're stuck, when you fill up, you get paid. When you drop and hook, you get paid. That's the only really fair way to do it. Those companies that have you do all that crap for free, you're losing money. You're giving them free, free time, man. It's a job. It's not. You're not doing it for charity. So that should be. I think that should be illegal. I think that obviously, if the driver and the company agree to do it, that's on them. But I don't think you should have to do stuff without getting paid. All right, last thing I remember. Not so much in the bigger companies anymore, but a lot of the smaller companies will have you drive over your logs. Like, they'll have you use personal conveyance pretty often, right? You'll have a load. I worked for a company that was trying to get me to run nonstop. I was following him, and he wanted me to drive all the way from St. Louis to Jefferson City, Missouri, to New York City. No, wait, to Boston, even farther, to Boston, then down to New York City, then back to St. Louis without taking a break. And I was like, dude, I'm not built like that, man. I can't freaking run that many miles without taking a 10-hour break. So that's another thing. They'll try to get you to run illegally. Even with the new e-logs. I've seen guys just unplug the e-log and then say that it was down. Hey, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm saying companies should not try to get drivers to do that if they don't feel like if they don't want to take the risk. Everybody takes their own risk. I'm not advocating for it, but if somebody does, that's on them. I'm strictly for DOT laws. I'd rather change them. I think that if they're going to give you a 14-hour window, you should do whatever the heck you want in that 14 hours, whether it's driving or whatever. I feel like 14 hours should be 14 hours. But there's different rules for different reasons or whatever. And yeah. Well, that's the three things: pay, home time, and then driving illegally. Or illegally, you can also have bad equipment, man. You could have a company that gives you crap equipment to where even no matter how many pre-trips you do, truck still ain't gonna pass, And you're gonna sit there not making any money, so you're gonna feel obligated to go and run illegally. That way you can pay the freaking bills, That's another thing. Anyways, that'll do it for this video. Oh yeah, let's check out my pen. My girlfriend got me that. She got to go to the Truck Driver Championships in Indianapolis. I've never got to go to that. I would love to go. But thank you for watching. I hope you all have a good day. And any questions at all, drop them in the section below. I'd be glad to get back to you. Feel free to like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. I'll see you on the next one.